Hey guys, MujoK here. Looks like we're going to be getting the chapter 3 of the Sacred Stone Memories side story event. This one's called Arrow of Destiny, as you can see from the banner or whatever it is. We're getting 2 new characters. I almost said free new characters, but they're not free. You do need to pull them from the gacha. They're going to be a wind unit and a thunder unit. Their names are SEIDA and MONZEIN. One is basically kind of an archer type of class, but it is a unique job, which I'll go into more detail in a later video. But you know, it's like there's some similarities with ranger or whatever, and then you could also inflict some status ailments, and there's some interesting properties with the moves, but like unlimited height range and some of these things, but we'll talk about that later. MONZEIN is another thunder tank, so we're getting 2 in a row, which is interesting. First we had Tiona, and now we're getting MONZEIN. And he wields an axe, but you know, very similar to Tiona actually. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. And we're also getting Kanon's new job, Paladin. So her job 1 was surprisingly effective actually, but I think they translated it as just apprentice, but is basically apprentice paladin, and now her job 2 is going to be paladin. To be honest, I looked it up on the JP side, and it doesn't look that much better than her job 1, but there are some, you know, noticeable improvements, like the passives give her more slash attack than her first job did, and you know, there's certain things like that. But overall, if you like the first job, you'll like the second job, but if you didn't like the first job, there's not like a huge improvement in the second job. Her AoE, like hit things around her ability, has a little bit extra range, like it's a 5x5 diamond instead of just the 8 squares adjacent to her. But again, all in all, it's not a huge difference. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. We're also going to be able to farm up the gear for SEIDA and MONZEIN. So the gear farming is going to be free, but the characters are not. So the gear is pretty good. You're definitely going to want them if you do pull the characters. Tranquil Bow Alizan, I don't know, is for SEIDA, of course. This will give you the physical attack, dexterity, and agility stats, and also a chance of daze when you hit the enemies. Now the stats are not going to be that great. I mean, that's typically the case with these free farmable gears, except for Gurren Blade, I guess. Gurren Blade was the exception. That turned out to be really strong. But what's more important is that it's going to give you a master ability that not only does AoE, has 6 range, it's wind magic damage, which is very interesting, but it's also going to give you quicken on SEIDA, so she can quicken herself as well as do this damage. And the wind magic damage, if that's the right translation or whatever, which that's very interesting, because you know, as we've seen with the bride and bridegroom class in the current sniper plus level, sometimes it pays to have like physical attacks plus magic attacks when you need it. So I don't know, that's kind of curious. I'd be interested to see how that stacks up against regular attacks. But you do need 80 shards to transmute it, and I'm sure you can evolve it from there. The Steady Thunder Axe is going to be MONZEIN's weapon, and it gives you the stats that you would pretty much expect for a thunder melee unit or tank even. So it gives you physical attack, HP up, physical defense. But when you hit the enemy, you also get a chance of reducing their defense, which is nice. And the master ability is a 3 square line, just like Retribution Blade, and it's thunder damage to enemies within that line. So as I'll kind of like delve into later, he does have a ton of thunder attacks. So he's already a thunder unit, but his attacks tend to have the thunder element attached to it, which is a key difference actually from Tiona, who is a thunder unit but has light attached to her attacks. So there are some differences there. Again, you need 80 shards to transmute it, and yeah, if you have the character, you're going to want it for sure. This is also very interesting, I thought. You're getting another gear for Kanon. So you get the feather headdress here. So with the Gurren Blade, you have her weapon slot. With the feather headdress, I'm assuming that's either an accessory or an armor. I'm not really sure, but either way, that means that you're going to be able to equip both gears, and you're going to have 2 of her weapon abilities or master abilities equipped at the same time, so that's pretty cool. Also, we'll get like 1200 gems. I'm assuming you get milestone rewards and things like that. The feather headdress is going to give you magic defense, physical defense, agility, which is important, especially because Kanon's not typically that fast. and it's going to give her the ability to raise all elemental resistance for ally units within 3 range, I guess. Not really sure how this works, but maybe it's like a cross shape. I don't know. The scope is not really defined here, but either way, that's going to be a cool support ability to give on Kanon, give her a few extra options. So definitely something you want to farm up if you have her. Really quick, let me just talk about the new units, and I'll again talk about them in a later video. But SEIDA's basically kind of like an archer class. She does have some unique abilities, like she can inflict death sentence, she can equip a guaranteed stop. Inflict a guaranteed stop on enemies. There's some of those kinds of properties, but I don't know. I don't really see like any kind of OP-ness right now, but I probably need to delve into her a little bit more. But she does look awesome, and her other jobs are basically some other kind of archer job and a ninja job at job 3. So she has the potential to be very, very fast and very mobile. So maybe she can kite around and, you know, stay away from enemies while picking them off from afar. So I'm not really sure how best to play her, but we'll look into that later. MONZEIN is very, very similar to Tiona, actually. So he has this new job with the axe and everything from job 1, but then he's also going to get Dragon Knight, and he's also going to get Holy Cavalier. Sounds very familiar with Tiona, so I assume that his best build will include Guardian at some point. But then job 1's probably going to be his main. I think both of these characters are going to main their job 1s, but then they're just going to use passives from the other jobs. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how good they turn out to be. It's a little bit hard to theorize right now, but I do think that they're going to be pretty solid. I don't know that MONZEIN is going to be any better than Tiona, because I think Tiona might have a little bit of an edge when I look at their abilities, but it's hard to say right now. So anyway, that's my preview of the news and kind of going over what they're announcing so far, but I will make future videos and go into more detail into the characters. All in all, I think these are cool characters to add to the story and to the event, and I'm really excited about that job too. Even if it turns out to be not a huge improvement for Kanon, I just want another job for her, and the passives are going to be improved in certain areas as well. So looking forward to that, and of course the gear is going to be fun to farm as well. So hope I covered enough for this video. I will go into the specifics later, but yeah, I just wanted to get this out of the way. Let me know what you think about these characters. They definitely look good, they look cool, so I'll probably pull for them, but I'm not gonna like wail as hard as I did for the current banner. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, take care guys, and hope you enjoyed. See you guys next time. Peace.